This is insane. All of our stuff's on the floor. Car's flipped over in the side of this field. So bad, dude. I can't believe this just happened.
The grass was all like just as high, so I didn't even see any of this.
I didn't see any of this. All I saw was that.
Woo! Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Daily vlog number 18. I have a guest here. He's not gonna turn around this second, just yet, but I have a very, very special story to tell you guys today. This is something that I have gotten thousands and thousands of comments about, and I only have one guy that experienced it with me, so I decided to have him come over and we're gonna film this video together. So go ahead and turn around, mystery man. Hunter Shoots in the building, welcome. Pleasure to have you, man. So what did we do this summer, man?
We went to Gumball.
What was it? Gumball 3000?
3000, yeah.
The craziest week of our lives. So this video is a story time. Sit down, grab some popcorn, grab your friends, get your grandma, and be prepared to find out the truth of the Gumball 3000 car accident. Where should we even start the story, man? Let's start the story when we drove to the airport. I had this dream as a child. I saw all these YouTube videos of all these cool car rallies, Gold Rush Rally, Cannonball Rally, but more importantly, Gumball 3000, which is kind of how all those other rallies even came about. So Gumball 3000, if you saw my videos this summer, I went to a 3,000 mile car rally across Europe. It's a bunch of exotic car owners, a bunch of really, really rich guys that don't give a single about anything, but driving really fast, having a lot of fun. I got offered the opportunity of a lifetime to go to Gumball 3000. And I was like, there's only one friend that I'd want to do this with. And I hit up Hunter. And he was like, dude, I'm so down. We've always both wanted to do this rally. It's like I said, it's a dream for both of us. So the trip starts. We go to the airport. Everything's great. Everything's going so smoothly. The rally hasn't even started yet. We're at LAX at this point, okay? We fly all the way to Greece. We're still having a great time. We flew actually next to David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
We flew there with David Hasselhoff. So it was like, we're like, this is gonna be insane. No, we show up in Mykonos was the first place. We were in Mykonos, Greece. You guys might remember the vlog. It was like this ridiculously insane resort with this beautiful view. All the people, we were just kind of getting like sorted, meeting everyone for the first time. I was honestly really nervous because a lot of the guys on this rally have been doing the car rally for like the past 15 years of their life.
It's intimidating.
It's really intimidating. Yeah. We're like the youngest kids on the rally. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know how to act. We don't know who to talk to, how to go about the whole thing. So we're already nervous off the bat, okay? We haven't even met anyone, haven't made friends with everybody. We're gonna be with the same group of like 100 people for the next week, okay? We're nervous.
At this point, we know David Hasselhoff.
At this point, we met David Hasselhoff in plane. Yeah. Well, we're at the resort for the first day. We finally get to see the car we're gonna drive. Originally, it was supposed to be a McLaren, and then that got canceled, and it was supposed to be a Raptor. So we were supposed to have a Raptor shipped over there, which I'm sure the Raptor guys are pretty happy they did not send us the Raptor.
Yeah, I'd say.
But we were supposed to have a Raptor, that didn't work out, so last minute, we ended up figuring out a rental, like a car. We rented a SVR. It was a Range Rover. You all saw in our Gumball videos. So we were showing that off. It was our first time seeing the car. We were really hyped on it, obviously. It was our car, you know what I mean? We had our little team, we had our Gumball car. Now, this is where the problem starts, okay? We went to sleep, which meant day 2.
Yeah, the start.
The start of where everything went bad. How did day 2 start?
We woke up, got all ready. And everybody's getting their cars fired up. And then
so this is actually the only time Constance got to drive.
Yeah, so Constance comes mobbing in the Range Rover.
To the boat.
She's all ready to go. Yeah, and she's ready, like everyone's ready to drive. And we're like, all right, cool, like full speed, this is gonna be awesome. And then Constance's like, hey Tanner, like how about you take the first leg of the trip?
So this is, keep in mind guys, we literally Constance drove 10 minutes to the ferry. We got on the ferry with all the exotic cars, and then we got off the ferry.
And when we got off the ferry, then Constance's like, hey, you take this leg of the trip. Tanner hops in the driver's seat.
I'm hyped.
It's all good.
First tank of gas.
Oh yeah.
First tank of gas. We haven't even filled up the car yet. We're 1 hour into Gumball 3000.
It's all good, everybody's mobbing, full speed. And then we had to stop for gas, right?
Yeah.
Right away.
We had to stop for gas. I guess this kind of part of the story involves both of me and Hunter, because you didn't cause the accident, but you had a key component in telling me the direction.
Well, no, because we stopped for gas beforehand, right off the ferry.
Yes, so this is...
And the whole pack, everybody took off because we didn't have gas because we weren't prepared.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
right.
Everybody took off, and by this time, these cars are, crazy exotics, and they're an hour ahead of us.
So yeah, so pretty much we pulled off to get gas at a gas station. All of these exotic cars come flying past us, and we're like, we don't want to lose them. We'll go to the next gas station. I don't really know our thought process, why we did that. We should have just got gas.
Yeah.
We didn't have very much gas, but we're like, we'll go to the next one. Maybe they're going to the next one. So we get back on the freeway, and we're like, oh God, that was a horrible decision. Where's the next gas station, Hunter? Where was it?
We had 18 miles in the tank, and the next gas station was about 18 miles.
Off the freeway though.
Completely into the middle of the farms.
We didn't have enough gas to make it to the next gas station that was right off the freeway, so we ended up taking a really weird back road in the middle of like farmland, 18 miles off the freeway in Greece, okay? This is what happened. This is the part that everyone's so curious about. I was driving, okay? There, I said it officially. I was driving the car. This is what happened. This is how we crashed, okay? Surprisingly enough, this has nothing to do with reckless driving. It has nothing to do with, like I said, speeding goes under reckless driving. We were doing everything the right way.
We were just trying to get gas.
We were legitimately not. This is what's so frustrating is I've done a couple handfuls of reckless things in my life, and this was not one of them, which is why it's so unfortunate that such a giant event occurred. So I'm gonna stop talking. We're going to get gas. We're off the freeway. I'm like kind of salty. Like I was kind of pissed off in the moment because we had to drive so far to get gas. So I was kind of sitting there like with my head slouched, and I was like this, like whatever, like this. And then Hunter was like, okay, in half a mile, there's a right turn. And I was like, all right, cool. Half a mile goes by. There's like this massive tree, I remember. There's a massive tree blocking the whole other road that you couldn't even see. There was like a road that was about to come up. So there's this whole tree, and then Hunter, last second, he's like, wait, turn right. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I mean, we had music playing, so it was like hard to hear and everything. So as soon as I started calling to turn right, it was like, okay, the turn's coming up quicker and quicker, and I'm like, okay, turn right.
He's telling me, but then in my mindset,
but I was in the back seat.
He was in the back seat.
Yeah.
My mindset was, I was just kind of pissed off that we had to drive so far for gas and we were missing out on all the other cars. I'll admit that I kind of wasn't paying as much attention as I would have been if I was excited about driving. When he told me that there was a right turn and he's like, turn right, I was like, I'm not wasting any time. I'm gonna make this right turn. There's like this grass that's along the road that kind of covered this massive ditch on the side of the road. So as I'm coming into this turn, Hunter tells me, turn right, hurry. And I'm like, I'm not missing this turn. I slam on the brakes. Also, this is the first time I've driven a right-hand drive car.
On a left-hand drive country.
On a left-hand drive country. So.
And it's an SUV. It's not.
And it's massive and super heavy. So as I'm looking over, I kind of like, what is the word? Like, I went over everything. I kind of scanned it all in my head, like the surroundings. And I thought there was no issue. I'm in a Range Rover, off-road vehicle. I'm gonna hit this little tiny patch of gravel. If anything, that's as far as I'll go, because I was also kind of misguiding where I was sitting in the car because it was right-hand drive. So I thought I would be able to go off-road a little bit through the grass, through the gravel, and then make the right turn wide because we're in a farm road, there's no cars, it's fine.
And everyone in the car fully believed that we were just gonna touch the gravel just a little bit.
That's all we were doing. We were going maybe how fast do you think? 5 miles an hour at this point? By the time we're slowing down, making the right turn?
We probably came into the corner about 20, got it down to about 10 while we were turning, which is reasonable speed to take a turn.
10 miles an hour, we can't make this up.
And when we got around the turn, it should have been nice and flat.
I felt the wheels go off the gravel, and then it was so slow-mo. At this point, we're stopped. Like, the car kind of gets stuck in a ditch. It goes, done, sinks in, starts sliding in, and I'm even thinking, oh, we'll be able to back the Range Rover out. It's an off-road vehicle. We'll just pull it back out and continue our drive. We're an hour into this rally. And in slow motion, Constance sitting in the left because I was driving, and then Hunter was in the middle in the back. And basically, all in slow-mo, the car just sinks in, and then you just feel it start tipping, and everything just got really fast. The airbags go off, and it was like ringing.
It tipped the first corner hit on Constance's side, and then the airbags all blew out. Including yours
Including
too,
mine, yeah.
And mine in the back. And then we tipped upside down, everything came falling like.
But it was the most violent, because it's like a 7,000, it's like 6,000 pound vehicle. It's a big car. So all the weight just upside down. It was like the loudest noise.
This is insane. All of our stuff's on the floor. Cars flipped over in the side of this field. So bad, dude. I can't believe this just happened. Everything's stuck. All the airbags went off. I'm sitting on the roof right now.
And then we had a couple people behind us. They like were with us, so they got out. They were freaking out. Luckily, everyone was okay. The only injury that happened, I want to say that me and Hunter hit our heads a little bit because like
yeah, we
definitely
we
like the
concussions.
airbag going off. Like I feel like a little bit of concussions from me and Hunter. And then Constance had like a small burn that was like the size of maybe like a 50-cent coin. Like that big on her.
From the airbag.
From the airbag literally
on her arm.
going off and like causing friction and making her arm burn. So at this point, we're literally all upside down in the car. I remember the first words I said, and sadly guys, we didn't record any of this because again, we were getting gas. The first thing I said was, I did not just do that. 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 I just kept saying that and I was literally in disbelief. I felt so bad because we're an hour into this rally and we have a lot of people that are with us.
An hour into the first day
An hour into the
driving.
first day of a week-long drive. So I just remember saying, I didn't just do that, I didn't just do that. And then I remembered that there was other people in the car, so I was like, is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? And then like tell from your perspective.
Yeah, and then I'm in the back seat and I pop my seatbelt off. Everybody seems to be responding, so that's good.
Yeah.
I pop my seatbelt off and help Tanner and Constance get out of the car, and then we all just slowly get out, and then we wanted to make sure the car was off because if you leave it on, it'll explode. We got out, climbed up the hill, and then just kind of sat there and evaluated.
And that's when like our friends that were with us came over, made sure we were all right, made sure we could get out of the car. And then luckily enough, because we were in the middle of nowhere, there was a stranger that drove by that was local and called the police for us. And then the police came. Remember one of the first things was the cop asked who was driving and everyone pointed at the smallest kid of the group, like the littlest kid, which was me. So the cop's like, let me talk to you. Pulls me into this like van and he asked me, he's like, let me see your license. So I give him my California license. The first thing he says is that I'm not legally allowed to drive in the country. So he's like, you can't be driving, like this is illegal. And I was like in such shock that like, and like so much was going on. I was like, get out of my face, I can drive, you don't know what you're talking about. The cop literally forgot about it and let me go. Like he didn't even, he let me break the law, like bare in front of him. I just said, no, I can drive, what are you talking about? And then he just was like, all right. And that was pretty much it. But then after that, a bunch of other people showed up, helped us like tip over the car. We were there for like 4 hours.
Yeah, just all recovering, you know, sitting in the car trying to like recollect and
literally,
you know,
like,
feel better.
It was such a...
It was incredibly violent for how slow it was.
It really was so violent and it was such like an emotional roller coaster, like doing all that just because of how much was put into the trip. And also luckily I want to say the car was insured. It was a rental, so everyone was covered on that end, which is a big positive. It wasn't anyone's actual car. Okay, so believe it or not, at this point, the car wasn't even totaled. It literally slowly rolled onto the top. All that was broken was the windshield and the sunroof. So there's like glass on the top. But when they went to go flip the car out, they had to like connect it by, what was they connected by? Like the axles?
Yeah, they grabbed it by the axles and control arms and just lifted the whole thing out, brought it over onto the asphalt, and then set it down and did more damage than we did.
That's literally what broke the cars. The grass was all like just as high, so I didn't even see any of this.
I didn't see any of this. All I saw was that.
That's what I mean. It was just the dirt.
Yeah.
And then it...
That is so... Get away from that.
No way they're gonna pull this off, dude. They're flipping it back over.
It's like a quarter?
Oh.
Okay, so like the wheel section?
What is?
No, you're good. It's just gonna make a big crack.
The car?
The front wheel bending the control arm. See, now they're the ones messing it up.
Now the frame's getting...
Yeah, look at the front wheel. It's flat on the ground. Still.
It's not okay.
Like, honestly, if they flipped it over, we could have kept driving it. It was
Now we
that,
can't.
It was that okay.
Now it's screwed.
Yeah, and the front wheel's
But then again, it's not meant to go in a ditch. F. How does it play? Oh my god. I can't believe I did that. This thing was just brand new, then it was flipped into this ditch, and now it is wrecked, flipped back over into the middle of the street. This is not exactly how I was expecting my first Gumball to go.
careful, be careful.
When they rotated it, you can see that it landed like halfway, like leaning on the tire, and then it just snapped the axle and the whole thing, like it was totaled after that. But that was pretty much like the most damage, was the flipping over the car.
Yeah, and then once they got it flipped over, another hour or so to get it on the trailer, and then we drove to a gas station and got snacks, and then went to the hotel and tried to sort everything out.
Yeah. So I think the hardest part of that whole incident, it wasn't even the fact that it was like this dream trip and I had already ruined it. It was that there was also so much weight on the whole trip and so much effort put into not only the car, but the people with us and the people that showed up to be on our team and the company we were out there driving for and all this stuff. So once the incident happened, a lot of people knew about it instantly because there was a couple photos leaked about it.
Gumball, word gets around fast.
Gumball
and
word
they
gets
post about things as well.
Exactly. So everyone on the rally started to know. Life of Paulus made a video kind of explaining it, but he didn't even really know what happened. And it was so frustrating because it was just such weird timing. It was hard to talk about it in the moment because we didn't really know how to go about it, and we didn't want to shed anyone in a negative light because it was such a freak accident.
You want to be respectful of who you're driving for, but at the end of the day, you know, you guys wonder what happened.
Exactly.
It's hard to explain yourself and you can't say a word.
That was literally one of the hardest things, was getting myself to continue on doing Gumball. It was like we had this car and then all of a sudden we don't have a car, and I can't say anything about why we didn't have the car. We just had to wait and we had to be patient.
Under the circumstances, it was difficult to continue on, but we ended up doing it.
And under the circumstances, it was really hard for me to talk about in the moment, but now it's fizzled out a lot of, like, everyone's forgotten about it, and I think this is the perfect time to just sit down, be honest, give you guys the entire story, because now you've heard it. That's literally what happened. It was a freak accident. That was my first car accident too, like, one for the list. Like,
first one in the driver's seat.
First one in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Like, I've been wanting to say that for a really long time. As of a thing and as terrible of an experience as that was like a really cool story.
Made a good memory.
We made a really great memory.
Now kids, gravel isn't always as it seems.
It's not. Stay on the road at all times. So anyways, guys, I really hope that does it for the explanation. I wanted to explain to you guys why I couldn't talk about it, because that was really important to me. I know a lot of people were disappointed that I couldn't talk about it, and believe me, it was eating me alive that I couldn't tell you guys about it, but I'm so glad that I could. Happy Vlogmas. If you guys enjoyed today's story time, subscribe. And make sure you follow my guy Hunter on Instagram, because he dealt with my car crash like a man. And he actually is the reason that I continued Gumball. I wanted to go home. I was like, this is ruined. It's over. This crash ruined everything. I don't want to even film more.
We had a dream to live out.
We had a dream to live out, and we freaking did it. We finished no matter what. Yeah. Make sure you guys follow Hunter. And without further ado, I will see you in the next Vlogmas episode, which is tomorrow. Peace.
Coming in, flex, I just wanna win.